Hello everyone, my name is Nayan and today I am going to tell you about the first Nepali poet, Bhanubhakta Acharya. This article is written by Harischandra Lal Singh. Bhanubhakta Acharya was the first poet of Nepali language and literature. There were poets Udyanaya Ariel, Gumani Panta, Indriyas, Vidyaranya Kesari, Basnat Sarma, etc. before Bhanubhakta. Although these poets wrote poetry in Nepali, their language was much more influenced by Sanskrit language and literature. Most of them are essentially devotional poems. Bhanubhakta wrote poems in caste Nepali. They are sweet and lucid. Therefore, his poems became popular among the Nepali readers. He was called Adi Kavi, premier poet. He was also called the father of modern Nepali poetry. The rise of Bhanubhakta and his Nepali rendering the Adhyama Ramayana, which is in the Sanskrit language, as a landmark in the history of the Nepali language and literature. Bhanubhakta Acharya was born in a village called Ragma in Tanahu district in 1814. His father, Dhanajaya Acharya, was a Kharidar, a non-gazetted level employee of the revenue office in Palpa. His grandfather, Krishna Acharya, was a soldier and also a financially well-to-do. He grew up in the love and care of his grandfather. Since his childhood, he liked nature and solitude. He was inquisitive and interested in religious discourses. At that time, the language spoken in the discourses was Sanskrit. He used to be lost in thoughts. He received his education at home. When his grandfather went to Benares, Bhanubhakta was taken with him. He stayed there for about 5 years. At that time, he had an opportunity of reading Ramayana and other books there. After the death of his grandfather, he returned home, but his grandfather's intellect and religious character had left a deep impression in his mind. One day, while taking a long walk in the village, he was tired and had a nap lying on a stone slab. When he woke up, he saw a grass cutter busy with his work. He asked the grass cutter what would he do with his grass. The latter answered that he would sell it, make some money, and build a shed or dig a well for the use of others. The idea of the grass cutter inspired him a lot. He translated the Balkanda, the first part of the Ramayana, in 1841. He joined the government service, probably in the revenue section. After the death of his father, he was jailed in 1852 for a few months in the charge of bungling the government fund. In a way, the improvement proved a blessing in disguise for him. He got more time to devote his attention in the translation of the other parts of the Ramayana. He completed Ayodhya-kanda, Arnaya-kanda, Kishikda-kanda, and Sundar-kanda. After the release from the bondage, he came to Kathmandu and completed translating the remaining Yuddha-kanda and Uttar-kanda parts of the Ramayana. The Ramayana became very popular. It touched the heart of every Nepali. It was a work of translation, but it appeared to be an original work full of life. Every Nepali likes to read and recite it. He had written poems. However, his work was not consistent. Bhanubhakta was a poetic genius. He touched upon the various issues of life and tried medium of expression such as irony, satire, romance, etc. He broke away from the trend of devotional poetry of the Ramayana to the realistic poetry of Bhanubhakta. Ursaman to the daughter-in-law. Bhanubhakta contained morals to be followed by women, especially daughters-in-law. Purnasuri was a translator from the Sanskrit work. Bhaktamala and Padusishya were his own original works. Bhanubhakta stretched out the moral and spiritual values of life but did not neglect the social values. He was not only a devotional poet but also a romantic poet. His poems were written in simple language as if in a luxury fashion. They are, therefore, important from the angle of poetic development in Nepali literature. His poem on Balaju and Kathmandu reflected the mental torture he underwent due to delay in administrative decision when he was jailed. They are realistic and touching. These poems touched the heart of people living in huts as well as in palaces. His last word was Ramgita. He was sick at the time of translating it. He only got his son, Ramnath, to write it for him. It was completed in 1868. He died in Ramgarh in 1868. Some years later, he was nearly forgotten. Motiram Bhatta wrote and published his biography of Bhanubhakta. He was also published the Balkanda in 1884 and the Ramayan in 1887 in order to bring the public the great contribution Bhanubhakta had made and the literary merits of his contribution. Nepali Sahitya Sammelan of Darjeeling published Bhanubhakta commemorative volume in 1920. The popularity of Bhanubhakta spread throughout Nepal and the places of India, especially Sikkim, Darjeeling, and other Nepali settlements. Thank you.